Today I'm talking postpartum recovery and exercises that actually help to heal diastasis recti, which is a really common problem for women who have been pregnant, especially pregnant with multiples or even pregnant multiple times. So if you are interested in that, keep on watching. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amir Moyo, the Brazen Goddess, and on this channel we talk about self-care and self-growth for the busy millennial goddess. So today we're going to be talking about postpartum recovery and healing diastasis recti with exercise. And diastasis recti is something that we hear a lot, but it's a term that's used to describe abdominal separation that comes from pregnancy. So it's very common. Most women do experience at least some, and some women have a extreme amount. So diastasis recti, it actually causes core instability. It causes a couple of different things. You may have back pain due to this because your back is trying to take up the work of your entire core because those core muscles are engaging. You could have glute weakness. So that last video that I was talking about, abdominal pelvic tilt, with those exercises that will help to activate the glutes, that will help. It also can cause weak digestion. It can cause a lot of different things. So it's something that you definitely want to, if you have a level that can be corrected, you definitely want to correct it with exercise. And I'll give you a couple of different exercises that will help to close and brace those abdominal muscles naturally so that you don't have to resort to surgery or anything like that, or constantly wearing a waist trainer. You know, you don't have to do those things. You can do it with exercise. So I'm gonna go over a couple of different simple exercises that you can do to help to close those muscles back up the best that you can. I'm gonna go over some do's and don'ts first, just so that you don't fall into the hype on the internet. There's so much information out there, but trust me, I've had 2 pregnancies, and these are things that work for me and work for countless thousands of other women, and just also due to my research, things like that. So, number 1, this is a don't. Do not do crunches, because crunches, when you're crunching or you're closing and opening those abdominal muscles, it can cause more separation where you're trying to close that separation. So you don't want to do crunches. You don't want to do planks. Planks can cause coning, or, you know, when you're like trying to lift yourself up, it can cause those muscles to kind of raise up, which can also cause them to separate more. So we definitely don't want to do planks. And this is all kind of in the first 2 to 8 months. If you notice it still after that, don't do them after that. You know, there are other exercises that you can do to target your core muscles and to strengthen those muscles. But this is what I would suggest for that period. Another thing that I would suggest you don't do is intense twisting exercises. You know, they have that very tempting machine at the gym where you get on it, you put on the handles, and you just twisting back and forth. That's something that can also cause separation of those abdominal muscles. So you definitely want to avoid extreme twisting as well. Some of the things that you do want to do is, number 1, you want to basically use Pilates type exercises to help to close those muscles, because Pilates type core exercises focus on the deep core muscles, and those are really what you want to target. The deep core muscles are the ones that will help to pull your separated muscles back together and really help to close up your abdominal wall. That's a good thing. Can I put you down? Can I put you down? So those are some of the things that you don't want to do to make sure that you're able to close that diastasis recti the best that you can. Now, some of the things that you do want to do are Pilates type exercises for your core. And the reason why I say that, I don't normally do Pilates type exercises, but they are very good for abdominal bracing and really targeting the deep abdominal muscles. It really helps your body to kind of wake them up and engage them, because they really focus on bracing your abdominal muscles and closing your abdominal muscles during the exercises. So I'll include some of them in this video. You'll definitely be able to watch them. I'll also include some videos down below that you can check out with more information about that. So my story is, with my first pregnancy, my son was 8 pounds, 2 ounces. And I don't think that I got much diastasis recti. I don't think I had much separation, but it was very hard for me to engage my abdominal muscles for a long time after I had him. And then a year later, well, when he was 1, I got pregnant with his sister. So baby girl is just now 1. And after I had her, I noticed some abdominal separation actually above my belly button, which I kind of feel like is kind of weird. Most people get it below, but I feel like I have some above. And it is closing up a lot more now, but that's with these exercises that I've shown you. So I will show you a difference in pictures. Maybe you can see them right here if I can put them on the screen. If not, I'll fly them. But I will show you a difference in pictures, just doing these exercises and targeting my core versus not targeting my core and not doing these exercises. And it really does help to close and stitch those muscles back together.
Okay, so there are lots of misconceptions about what you can do in the postpartum period as far as working on your abdominal muscles. So what I'm doing right here is just basically giving you a guideline for gauging if you have diastasis recti, and if so, how much. Basically what you're going to do is lie flat on your back. You are going to raise your knees, bend your knees, and you're going to use your hands to kind of walk down that midline of your abdomen. And at that midline, you're going to see if you feel any separation. So I'll tell you what's normal. What is considered normal is about 2.5 centimeters or so of separation between those muscles. So I would say 2.5 centimeters is maybe like 1.5 inches, so it's maybe about the width of your finger. So if you can fit 2 fingers, you definitely do have some degree of abdominal separation. If you can fit more than that, you definitely want to get cleared by a doctor before you begin exercising or doing these exercises. Definitely. So some of the exercises that I will show you, what they kind of do, the technique that I like to use with new moms, is to use exercises that flatten the muscles and not exercises that raise the muscles or crunch the muscles, because like I said, it can make it worsen. So you want to do things like abdominal compressions, like just laying on your back just like this and really pulling in your stomach. And different compressions, you may hold it for 10 seconds, you may hold it for 5. That's one thing I like to start new mamas out doing. The next thing is like Pilates toe taps, like I'm showing here, where you would lift your legs up to a 90-degree angle and just tap your toes down. Another one is doing knee taps. So you would let one knee fall to the side, and using those deep core muscles, you actually engage them to pull it back up to the center line with your other knee. So I always include the mama moments in my videos because it keeps it real. Like, this is how I work out when, I'm up here with all my children. My baby wants to lay on my stomach, okay? So you always want to make sure that you're keeping your stomach pulled in and your core as engaged as possible. This may be harder at first, but it will get easier. And you want to do it from day one. So that's what's actually going to keep your core safe from the, more splitting or more opening, or even just not engaging. You want to make sure that your core is engaged throughout all of these exercises. Now this one's similar to like a bicycle crunch or leg raise, except you're not really raising it up. What you're doing is just holding them at the 90-degree angle and then letting one drop down to a straight leg along that straight line and bringing it back up slowly, engaging those deep core muscles again. So I'm scooting back so you can kind of get a better view of how my heels are, but you're just going to keep your feet up there suspended and then let that foot that you're using come down to hover over the floor. What I really love about these exercises is you don't necessarily think like, oh, that's not a good workout, right? You think, I don't think I'll sweat with that, but it really does make you work. because you're using your breath, you're using your energy, you're using your deep core muscles to really engage them and, you know, move your body in a way that will make them stronger. So with this one is similar to a lot of glute exercises. Like you might see this in a glute engagement video. You're gonna put your heels together as you lay on your back and push up from the heel to engage your glutes. And you're also gonna engage those deep core stabilization muscles because you have to balance your body in that position. So that engages your core. You wanna make sure when you're doing this that you are pulling your core in pretty tight and almost tilting your pelvis so that, you know, they can engage. But this one is similar to the second exercise, except you're going to take both knees together. You're going to let them go down. I didn't go down very far because I want you to know that when you first start out, it is okay to just do a gentle movement and not an intense twisting, which is something that we want to stay away from. So just do a gentle drop and then bring those knees back up to the midline. So that was the last exercise, y'all. Hope you enjoyed and share this with someone who is postpartum.
Hey sis, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more uploads. I have a lot of things planned for you guys. Definitely leave some comments down below if you have any suggestions or ideas or questions, and I will definitely address them in a future video. And like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know that you are interested in this content and that you want to see more. Peace.